Greetings, everyone. It might be morning or afternoon or evening, wherever you are. Whatever the circumstances are, we are greeting you. I am Ngabuto Nicholas Mapena. In the last video, not the last, but one of the videos that we did, we were speaking about Zimbabweans that want to come to South Africa. We're saying that it is important that you apply for a Zimbabwean passport. We discourage people for using undesignated entry point or exit points, whatever the case might be. So we are calling on all of you, particularly those that are doing cross-border trade. Apply for a passport. It's going to help you. The reason being, we have seen in some media reports, and the Department of Home Affairs has clarified in a press statement, something which we suspected would have been the case, that there are people who are going to Zimbabwe from South Africa, who are being turned away, who are being prevented from going to Zimbabwe. That's how it was reported in the media. And the Department of Home Affairs had to clarify to say, look, the people are not being prevented from going back to Zimbabwe. What happens is people have to be documented, take their fingerprints in line with the Immigration Act. What does this mean in simple terms? It simply means when they catch you, even if you are going back to Zimbabwe without a passport, they are going to take your fingerprint, put you in the system, and you are banned for life from coming to South Africa. Let me just repeat this. If they find you going to Zimbabwe without a passport and you get arrested, they will take your fingerprints, put you in the system, and declare you undesirable for life. Meaning that whenever you get a Zimbabwean passport, when you get to the border post on the South African side and scan your passport, it will indicate that you were declared an undesirable person. The passport is $120. It's a lot of money. We know it is a lot of money. We've done the analysis of passports in the region. It's a lot of money. But rather get the passport if you want to do cross-border trade. We said most people that cross to South Africa, mainly in the morning, they will be coming to do shopping because our economy is it's informal. So people come, whether they sell their stuff in Musina, around that area in the Limpopo province, and then return in the evening. You must have a passport. So if you are then declared undesirable, it means your business is affected. So our advice is that please make sure that you get the passport so that you are not declared undesirable. When you come to South Africa, you have your passport. Whether you are bringing some products from Zimbabwe, you sell in Musina, in the evening go back, or you are coming to buy some stuff, or you want to buy things even up to Durban, you are given days, maybe a week, you come buy your stuff, you go back to Zimbabwe. It is important to use a passport. We are going to December. We are now in September. I think it's 16 or 17 today. I didn't check my calendar. But we are going to December. And there's this tendency, and we are advising in advance, there's this tendency that when schools close, as we'll be entering the festive season, you then invite your kids to come and spend Christmas with you in South Africa, and you don't apply for their passports. Apply now the passports of your kids. Most kids that are in Zimbabwe, their parents who are working in South Africa, they are staying with their grannies or someone who looks after them. And you then put an old person through this difficulty of crossing the border without a passport. Can you imagine? It's your own mother. Might be in their late 60s, 70s. And you say, no, mama, bring my daughter or my son. I want to spend Christmas with my children. Bring them over. I will get a malacha to ferry you to Joburg. And the mother, when they get to the border post, they go through difficulty. Stop that. If you don't have money to get your kids passports and the person that is supposed to bring them over, just go to Zimbabwe during the festive season. Do not put kids through difficulties. And we are saying this, never put your child through difficulty of crossing without a passport. Someone arrives in South Africa, kids arrive in South Africa. If they are able to cross, when they get to Joburg, they get arrested for being in the country undocumented. The money that you pay to Malaysia is more than enough to pay for their passports. So don't allow your kids and your parents to come to South Africa for Christmas without passports. Send them money now. They go to passport offices in Zimbabwe. They apply for passports. When schools close in December, they simply pick up their passports, they get into the bus or whatever mode of transport they use. They get to the border, no stress. The only stress maybe might be the queues at the border, which they will be patient enough. They get their passports stamped. They come enjoy their holiday in South Africa. Come January, they go back to Zimbabwe to resume schooling. That's the only way to travel. If then you think you do not have money, please just go to Zimbabwe yourself and see your kids and your parents. And to Omalaija and the bus drivers, please do us a favor. Do not transport kids and the elderly in December who do not have passports. We are making this special appeal to all public transporters. Do not transport kids and the elderly from Zimbabwe to South Africa in December without passports. If a person does not have a passport, leave them behind in Zimbabwe. That's the plea we're making. And we don't want to then be getting stories in December when some of us are on holiday. Then we are told, no, my kids have been arrested at the border. They are now being held in some police cells. Warawara. We don't want to hear those stories. Just want to enjoy our holiday. So make sure that your children and your parents have passports to visit. If they don't have passports, just go to Zimbabwe. You are going to join them there for Christmas. Please, let's circulate this video. Let us get this message across to as many people as possible that we should apply for passports of our kids and parents if we want them to visit us for Christmas. Please write in the comment section. Thank you for those who have been subscribing. Please continue to subscribe and press that button so that when we record the next video, you'll be the first one to be notified. Otherwise, thank you so much. Goodbye.